Hey, my name is Kelly. Welcome to my art channel. I'm going to do a video time lapse today and show you how I painted this piece. So thanks for watching. It probably looks like I'm painting this freehand right now, but there is a super light graphite sketch that I put onto that canvas. And then what I'm doing is I go over with my paintbrush and darken it up. Every time I paint, I draw these things in my sketchbook first and make sure I'm really happy with proportions and just overall composition and design. And then I have a way of transferring that onto the canvas. Something that I've been having so much fun with lately is just the joy of blocking in these colors. Something I didn't realize when I first started painting, because I've only been into oil painting for a few years, is that it's not that different than paint by number. Some people might disagree with me and be like, what are you talking about? That's unhinged. But it's true. It's like you go in and you just choose bits and pieces to color in. Like here, I'm putting like blues and purples into the shadows, and I've chosen these more golden hues for the parts that are cast in the light. But there's not a lot of mixing going on at this stage. You're just blocking in pieces, so it really does feel like one of those paint by numbers that I used to do as a kid. I used to use burnt sienna as an underpainting, and I recently tried pink instead, and I've really been liking it. I saw so many artists on social media using it, so I kind of just wanted to give it a try. And when you stare at the underpainting for hours upon hours, you do want to shift your landscape and look at a different color. So the pink has been fun, and I found that it makes subsequent like flesh tones and other things just pop. And then leaving a little bit of the underpainting exposed, which is a fun trick, in later layers, which you'll see. Again, the pink just pops really nicely. I'm very happy. Genuinely, all I can think of at this stage is how ugly the face is. I will sit in my chair for God knows how long until I can get it through the awkward stage. And sometimes my friends are like, send me a picture. I want to see. I'm like, no, you don't want to see this. You really don't. It's kind of hideous, but it's just a part of the process. So if you ever feel like, oh my God, just sit with the feeling and keep working, because chances are it can and it will get better. I hope. We can always hope so. One of my favorite things to draw and to paint would be faces. I really love portraiture. But this also happened to be the most difficult part of this painting because this is a friend of mine. So I was like, I have to do a good job, but I would like to do a good job, and I would like to capture their likeness. I think it would be different working with a model that I didn't know that well. But if you know someone, you're familiar with like their movements, their micro expressions, you've got a pretty good sense of just them in their entirety. So this was definitely the most difficult part, and I kept going over it with a fine-tooth comb and my new favorite tiny little brush that is just amazing. I will find it in a moment and give you the name, and I think it's a filbert, and it's beautiful. It's so fine. It's like a little blade, and I just use it for everything. I'm really happy I decided to incorporate my friend's two cats into this painting because it was really fun. It was really fun rendering them. And this cat on the left turned out with this little derpy expression with his tongue out, which was by accident, but I decided to leave it because, Bob Ross, happy accidents. I thought it was super cute. This is me in the depths of despair, staring at the picture, because sometimes midway through I just feel a bit tired of the composition, and if I push through, I overcome that feeling, I can circumvent it. But I was also just kind of nervous about rendering the background because I had this idea of these super saturated colors I wanted to use, but I also wasn't sure if it was going to end up looking any good. So yeah, it's me being conflicted. Yes. In painting, though, I think that if you have a strong inclination towards something or an excitement about something, you should just give it a shot and try it. Even if it doesn't work, you followed your intuition, and that's what I did here, and it happened to turn out well. I really liked how the background was looking. Despite having a really hard time near the end of this painting, because I feel like I just lost joy for it during the process, which can happen sometimes, I still became super engaged in flow state. If I would love to hear how other people feel about flow state in the comments, because for me, I can sit there easily for 5 or 6 hours and lose track of time. I think I'm pretty much done with this piece currently, but I might let it sit for a few weeks and not look at it because my sense of things gets warped the longer I stare at them. So I'm going to take a pause for now. Here's the final piece. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you here next time. Bye!